the world never stands still. Sound, motion, and time are always interwoven. Slow down, and life reveals secrets no naked eye could ever see. Welcome to the channel, Timeless Rhythm.
Across the burning deserts and the frozen steppes of our planet lives a creature shaped entirely by extremes. In the shimmering heat of the Sahara, where sand can burn above 50 degrees Celsius, and in the silent plains of Mongolia, where the winter sun sinks below -30, the camel endures. Two great lineages tell this story: the Arabian or Dromedary camel with a single sweeping hump, and the Bactrian camel with two. One was forged in fire, the other in ice. They walk where few other mammals dare, carrying not only caravans but the very memory of civilization. Yet behind those calm, almost meditative eyes lies a physiology among the most extraordinary in the animal world. The dromedary rules the deserts of Arabia and North Africa. It can stand 2 meters tall at the shoulder and weigh over 600 kilograms, yet move with the slow rhythm of something born to the horizon. Inside, its body works like a desert machine. Its blood cells are not round like ours, but oval, flowing smoothly even when the animal is desperately dehydrated. It can lose nearly a third of its body weight in water and still survive. Its core temperature rises and falls between 34 and 41 degrees, a wide swing that saves precious moisture by avoiding sweat. Even its nostrils recycle water from every exhaled breath. When it finally reaches water, the miracle begins. A single camel can drink more than 100 liters in a few minutes. A physiological act that seems to defy reason. And inside its lone hump sits not a tank of water, as legend says, but a store of fat, a dense battery of energy that, when burned, yields both heat and water from within. Each movement of the dromedary is a study in economy. Its wide feet prevent sinking into sand, its eyelashes form a curtain against the storm, and its slow, swaying gait keeps balance on the dunes. The desert calls it the ship of the sands, and rightly so. Far to the east, where the Gobi winds cut like knives, lives the Bactrian camel, the twin-humped sovereign of the cold. Its coat grows thick and long, nearly 25 centimeters of wool to face temperatures as low as -40. When summer arrives, it sheds that armor in great clumps, standing bare-skinned beneath a sky that burns at +50. Its two humps store even more fat, providing power for the long, frozen months when grass disappears beneath snow. It walks over gravel and ice instead of sand. Its nostrils close tight against blizzards. Its hooves grip stone like slow, deliberate hands. The wild Bactrian camel is among the rarest large mammals on Earth. Fewer than 1,000 remain, surviving in remote corners of the Gobi and the Taklamakan. They can drink salty water more brackish than the sea, a feat unmatched among big herbivores. Their kidneys work like living laboratories, conserving every drop of liquid. If the dromedary is the architect of heat, then the Bactrian is the engineer of cold. Camels are born travelers. Their pace is steady, rhythmic, efficient. A walk tuned to the endless distances of the earth. They can cover 40 kilometers in a day, each carrying more than 200 kilograms of cargo without rest. Nomads of old measured time not by hours, but by days of the camel. Their herds are families, a dominant male, a circle of females, and their young. They speak to each other through low hums and deep groans that echo softly through the dunes. To an untrained ear, it sounds like wind, but to them it is language. In a land where almost nothing grows, the camel eats what others cannot. It bites through thorny shrubs and dry acacia, swallowing fiber that would pierce any other mouth. Inside its cheeks, the skin is toughened with keratin, natural armor against the desert's weapons. Each mouthful is chewed again and again, sometimes 50 times, until every grain of energy is freed. The camel ruminates like cattle do, returning food from the stomach for a second digestion. If you watch closely, you'll see its tongue flick out between bites, a small, deliberate movement that cools the mouth and shifts the rhythm of chewing. Even in hunger, there is grace in the act. Every part of a camel's body is a lesson in design. Its blood, uniquely oval in its red cells, stretches without bursting when water is lost. The reason a camel can dehydrate and recover in hours. Its kidneys concentrate waste so effectively that its urine is thick as syrup. Its dung so dry it can fuel a fire moments after it falls. Its skin reflects sunlight yet traps warmth at night. Its sweat glands open only at the limit, conserving fluid until survival demands release. Most mammals keep their core near 37 degrees. The camel lets it rise by day and fall by night, saving nearly 3/4 of the water that sweating would steal. Even its hump is a chemical reservoir. When a gram of fat burns inside, it releases more than a gram of pure water. Water born from fire. These creatures are not merely built for the desert. They are the desert translated into biology. To travel with camels is to learn their language of calm. They form loose herds, usually 10 to 20 in number, led by memory more than by command. Each herd carries its own signature of sound, low frequencies that ripple through the sand. They rest by folding their legs neatly under them, their bodies lowering to the ground like sails collapsing after a long wind. When storms come, they kneel, turn their backs to the gusts, and close their nostrils. They do not run from the storm. They outlast it. Their calm is not indifference, but mastery. If we compare their worlds, the contrast is staggering. The dromedary thrives in the inferno of the Sahara and the Arabian desert, where summer reaches 50 degrees and rainfall may not come for a year. The Bactrian endures the opposite. Winters below -30, summers that burn, and winds that flay skin from stone. The dromedary's thin coat reflects sunlight. The Bactrian's thick fur traps warmth. One survives drought by storing fat and lowering sweat. The other survives famine by storing fat and growing fur. The dromedary drinks vast, clean water after long abstinence. The Bactrian can swallow salt. Both are masters of transformation, their very metabolism tuned to two ends of Earth's scale. For more than 3 millennia, camels have carried the weight of human history. They were the engines of empires, the bridges of trade. They carried frankincense from Oman, silk from China, and salt from the Sahara. They gave milk rich in vitamin C, hair for ropes and cloth, and dung for fires that kept caravans warm under freezing stars. Today, science still travels with them. Their unique antibodies, tiny fragments called nanobodies, are now being used in medicine to fight viruses and even cancer. The creature that once carried caravans may one day carry cures. The last wild Bactrian camels, fewer than 1,000, wander the edges of Mongolia and western China. Their DNA reveals that they split from domestic camels almost 1 million years ago, a lineage older than human civilization itself. They face encroaching mines, hybridization, and shrinking water sources, yet still they move, ghosts of an age when the earth was wider and the horizon untouched. Conservation efforts now protect them in sanctuaries, but their future depends on the balance between progress and patience. Watch a camel rise. It does so in silence, forelegs first, then hind, its weight unfolding like a slow wave. When it drinks, it waits for the surface of the water to still before lowering its head. When it walks, its pace matches the rhythm of its breath. In those movements lies a lesson older than speech. Energy is precious. Every motion, every blink, every breath is measured. Calmness in a camel is not the absence of motion, but the perfection of it. It survives not by strength, but by restraint. It wastes nothing. And that perhaps is why it endures. Think of this. A camel can weigh half a ton and live 40 or 50 years. It can walk a full day carrying 300 kilograms. It can lose 1/3 of its water, then drink 100 liters in 10 minutes and recover instantly. Its heartbeat slows when it rests and quickens only when needed. Each beat like a drum that knows exactly how much energy to spend. Every part of it, from blood to bone, is an answer to the question, how does life persist where life should not exist? For centuries, we believed the camel's hump held water. The truth is far more elegant. What it holds is strategy. The hump is a living battery, the blood an algorithm of survival, the calm a kind of intelligence. When storms rage or thirst tightens, the camel does not panic. It simply waits, it kneels, and it endures. The camel's story is not one of survival alone. It is a mirror to our own uncertain future. As the earth warms, deserts creep silently across continents once green, and yet there stands the camel. Still unbroken, still calm, still enduring. To understand how, scientists turn to its genes. Within the camel's DNA lies the code for endurance, special heat shock proteins that protect its cells even when temperatures soar above 50 degrees Celsius. Its kidneys recycle water with near-perfect efficiency, and its blood cells, long and oval, allow smooth flow even in near dehydration, a biological engineering masterpiece. But while the dromedary camel mastered the heat, its cousin, the Bactrian camel, achieved something even more extraordinary: balance between extremes. In the Gobi and Taklamakan deserts, the Bactrian endures summers that sear at 45 degrees Celsius and winters that freeze at minus 40 degrees Celsius. Few large mammals can survive both fire and ice. Its two humps store up to 40 kilograms of fat, a reservoir that sustains it for weeks when food is scarce. Each hump shrinks and softens when energy is spent, a visual record of time passing in hardship. When spring returns, the humps fill again, like dunes regaining their shape after a long wind. Unlike its Arabian relative, the Bactrian is shorter, heavier, sturdier, a product of rock, frost, and endurance. Its thick double coat keeps warmth close in winter, and in summer, it molts in great clouds of hair, covering the steppes like golden snow. Nomads collect that fur, spinning it into ropes, carpets, and coats that last a lifetime. Proof that even in scarcity, the camel gives more than it takes. And there is something almost spiritual in its silence. When snow falls over the dunes, the Bactrian stands unmoving, eyes half closed, steam rising from its breath like prayer. It doesn't resist the cold, it becomes part of it. In its stillness lies an intelligence honed by millennia, an awareness that endurance is not an act of defiance, but of harmony. As humanity faces shifting climates and uncertain futures, the camel's lesson grows clearer. Adapt not by fighting the world, but by listening to it. Night in the desert arrives not with darkness, but with color. Deep violet, molten gold, then a hush that feels almost sacred. A caravan of camels moves slowly across the horizon, their shadows stretching long over the cooling sand. Each step falls like a heartbeat, steady, unhurried, deliberate. For thousands of years, these animals have walked beside us. They carried salt across the Sahara, silk across Asia, and faith across the Middle East. Civilizations rose and fell, yet the camel's path never truly vanished. It simply shifted with the wind. Among them, the wild Bactrian camel remains the last great wanderer. Only about 900 individuals survive in the wild, one of the most endangered large mammals on Earth. They drink water so salty it would kill other species, and travel hundreds of kilometers between the rare oases of Mongolia and Xinjiang. To find one in the wild is to glimpse evolution's final whisper of endurance. At dawn, when the first light spills across the steppe, a small herd moves through frost-covered grass. Their hooves break the thin crust of ice, leaving a trail that glows faintly under the rising sun. A calf nudges its mother, seeking milk rich in fat and heat. Nearby, a bull lifts his head, scanning the horizon, not for danger, but for distance. In this moment, the entire history of adaptation seems to live in their breath. The warm vapor rising from their nostrils meets the cold air and vanishes. A reminder that life is both fragile and eternal. Even the way they rest carries meaning. When the wind turns cruel, they kneel in a circle, facing inward, each body shielding the next from the storm. It is not dominance that keeps the herd alive, but cooperation. And that, perhaps, is the final truth of survival. Strength shared is strength multiplied. As the camera pulls back, the herd becomes a constellation of movement across the Earth's skin. Golden, patient, almost timeless. The desert is silent again, yet within that silence echoes a story that began long before us and may outlast us all. Because in the end, the camel's calm is not emptiness. It is the rhythm of life distilled to its purest form. a heartbeat that never hurries, a spirit that never yields, and a lesson whispered from the oldest deserts of the world. To survive is to listen, to endure is to move with grace, and to truly live is to remain calm between fire and ice.